we are going to see if the Model Y standard range with no anything is the best track car or the worst track car. Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. We are out here at Gingerman Raceway, a little casual track day event which we attend every year, but the difference this year is we have our long-term 2021 Tesla Model Y standard range, a car that does not exist anymore, and we're going to run it on track a little bit. We're also here with Chris's very cool Volvo 850R, manual swapped, getting a little bit of track duty as well. He's talked for a while about bringing this out here. Finally has, and I've talked about taking the Tesla out here, and Chris Brower is repping the M3, so we're probably going to take that out on track a little bit too, as the M3 competition. If you do want to see that, check the link in the description. Got the carbon roof, got all the go fast goodies. We had an M4 out here in the past and that did very well, but our Tesla Model Y, we're not going to be pushing this thing all the way to the limit. We are rocking our ultra high performance all season tires, not even summers. These are the Continental Extreme Contact DWS06 Plus ultra high performance all season tires we've had for about 5,000 miles now. They've been doing very well in all sorts of different conditions, and it is November, even though it might not look like it outside. It's warm and nice, but it's early November, and soon we're going to be able to try these out in the snow. But before that, we'll get a few track laps on them. Do have our wheel covers off. That should allow for a little bit of extra brake cooling. And the other element to this video is, what is it going to be like running this thing around track throughout the day and then driving about 150 miles home. Obviously going to be having to take advantage of the supercharger network, but Gingerman Raceway also has 2 different Tesla chargers here, so we're going to be charging up as well. Right now we are fairly full up. I think we're about 96%. Let's see. Yep, 96% charge. So we should be in good shape to go out and get some full power. Now there are 2 things that kind of prevent this from being ideal for a track car. One of them is in this just the standard range car, you can't turn off stability and traction control. So we're definitely going to get some inhibition out there on the track, and there are some ways to eliminate that. You can pull a wheel speed sensor in the back, and I don't know, if we're feeling confident, maybe we'll jack this thing up and pull out a wheel speed sensor. The other thing is you can't adjust the regen, so we are going to deal with a little bit of battery heat buildup because you can't turn off regeneration and strictly run on the brake pads. Other than that, we're just going to kind of go out there, have a little bit of fun, see what it's like. I know these seats aren't going to hug us in super well. Do tend to slide around quite a lot, both because of the lack of bolstering and for the seat materials. Just a little slippery. I feel like I should have wore some grippers on the back of my shirt or something, but either way, let's get on out there, have some fun. All I know is we're gonna have to leave Gingerman with about 30% charge to get home in one piece. So let's see how it goes. Okay, here we go. We got our tires aired down to 32 PSI, 10 PSI lower than the door placard 42 cold. We got our wheel covers off for a little extra cooling. Let's hop on in. I believe we've taken everything out of here that could rattle. 95% battery. Going to, for kicks and giggles, reset our Trip A usage. See if we can keep up with Chris Brower in the M3. That is a beautiful E46 there. Okay, away we go for some nice peaceful laps. I suppose I could have I'm going to turn my steering onto a little bit heavier. Do standard weight. Tesla steering's pretty heavy as it is. Now we're going to take it, like I said, another lap or so to warm up the tires. Pretty good brake feel. Oh, just moving around so much in my seat. Ooh, but the torque is nice. Torque is very nice coming out of the corner. Got a good amount of grip with these Pro contacts. I need to not push the tires too hard before they're warm so I don't get any sort of chunking or anything like that. Here we go, straight away, open her up. Will we break 100? Yeah, just barely. Alright, you know what I need to do is I need to scoot my seat up. I also need to scoot the wheel up in a little further away, but I need to be able to brace myself in the dead pedal a little bit more. Another full lap of heating up the tires, and then I think I'll be confident enough to really push it. Alright, I think we're ready to push it. Let's heat it up. Let's go. Good amount of inhibition, but it doesn't completely nerf the power, which is cool. It gives you just enough power to be like, alright, you're not going to get in trouble, are you? Mad that I had both pedals pressed. Sorry that I like to do a little trail braking, Tesla. Felt a little ABS back there. That's interesting. I'd say we're almost keeping up with the Miata. I think he's getting away from us a little bit. Definitely smell tire. I don't know if it's from us or if it's from the car in front of us. Oh, we smell brake too. We smell that a lot. I hope that's the car in front of us. I guess we should come off and double check, make sure it's not us. Fortunately, you can regen a bit to cool off the brakes. Okay, that was fun. You definitely, you know, you're getting a little to the edge of the grip with these extreme contacts, but honestly, I'm impressed we have as much grip and communication as we have. How much, what's been our 945 watt-hours per mile over the last 7 miles. That's pretty significant. I'll be interested to see what our tire pressures are at too, because we don't have tire pressure monitors in these tires or wheels yet. Probably gonna get those before the winter. But technically we have the sensors, it's just Model 3, the older Model 3 sensors don't work in the Model Y. It's different technology. Let's take a look at our energy graph. Yeah, that's that's awesome. So we went through almost 20% battery over those few laps. What was that, 4 laps total? That's not great, but we'll get it plugged in here, charge up a little bit, and then go out and do a little bit more. We have decided to take the wheel off so that we can pull the wheel speed sensor, hopefully eliminate some of the kind of ABS brake modulation we've got going on there and allow for some slip angle. Taking a look at the left rear tire. It's Extreme Contact DWS. You can see right there where it gets its name from. Dry, wet, snow. We seem to be chewing it up a little bit. Gingerman is rough on tires, but overall it's still in pretty good shape. You can see some chewing on the edges, but I think it's got another session or two in it. Shout out to Continental for hooking us up with tires, because we are putting them to work. Also, these are not the same size wheels and tires that came with our Model Y. These are 18-inch 235/55 R18s rather than the stock 255 19s that came with the car, because we wanted a little bit of extra sidewall for better ride. If you do want to see more on that, check the link in the description. I'll have the playlist on all our Model Y videos. We cover a few things with tires on that. So let's get this wheel speed sensor pulled. Set this down. The wheel speed sensor, which is now living there, goes right into here for the ABS. We have it pulled. This is not the wheel speed sensor, that's the parking brake control. So you gotta leave that in, it's not that easy, but kind of taped it up out of the way, and let's go get behind the wheel. Here we go, we got Chris in the car, as I mentioned at the beginning. He kind of led us onto this and is pretty excited to see what happens.
I don't know what you're talking about, I have nothing. I say nothing, I know nothing.
Here we go, the car's about to freak out. Yep, the pedal just kind of tried, if you will. Oh my gosh, the regen's gone. There's no regen.
Yeah, no, it's good for cooling too.
Yeah. You feel that? You feel that on the floor? Here, it's right there. Oh, there we go. Everything just freaked out. Automatic emergency braking disabled. Regen braking.
Stability control.
Everything. Vehicle
hold feature. Perfect. That's exactly what you want.
Yeah. So when I let off now, it's just nothing.
You have no ABS too, by the way.
Right. Yep. Oh wow, the steering has gotten. I think
no power steering.
Nope, no power steering. All right.
How heavy is it?
Manageable.
Okay.
Very. I mean, look, there's one hand. It's just very linear.
Okay.
It's like, it feels like you're steering through peanut butter.
Basically now you have a 50-year-old car.
So brakes do work.
I think you just unlocked the best feature ever with the Tesla.
All right, we're gonna go down this road a little bit.
Disabled.
And do a little bit of a 20 or 30 mile per hour panic stop. Just see what we're working with. You ready?
Flat spotting, that's what we're working with.
Well, Julie at Continental, if you're watching, we might be asking for another set of tires here pretty soon.
Up here, if there's room.
Okay. I think there's some dirt up here as well. Perfect. The steering's a little heavy. It's an open diff, so
everything's definitely off.
Yeah. All right, we are going to see if the Model Y standard range with no anything is the best track car or the worst track car. Fortunately, I have raced cars without ABS, so this won't be my first rodeo. And by Chris and I doing it together, we lose all of our family's YouTube revenue by both dying rather than just one person's. The steering does feel good with no power steering.
No power steering, no ABS, no traction stability control. Full track car.
Full track car.
Just have to pull one wheel speed sensor.
It's really quite easy.
It's a thing of great beauty. Oh, this is lovely. You can tell already.
Oh, that's so much better. One of the reasons I wanted to pull it, as I was saying earlier, is we're getting a lot of brake modulation. The car was working really hard to keep it sorted out, but now we can just do it ourselves. Brake feel is good too.
Forgot how high up this car is.
Yeah. Chris is out here in his Volvo, down riding on the ground. Warm up these Continental Extreme Contact DWS 06 Plus. Oh, does it still yell at me for trail braking?
Yeah, I think it just says both pedals pressed. But
Yeah.
I don't think it'll do anything about it.
No, I can't imagine it would.
You can. You're about to catch an M3. Give
ourselves a little bit of extra distance, let him get off track, and then we'll full send. Maybe not full send. Now I bet you if we were at full power, 90% battery or so, we'd have a little bit more tail happiness. It's not it's definitely not not slow, but probably a little bit less torque than we would have been working with.
So it's just a dry, grippy day out today.
Yeah.
We can do this in the wintertime.
There we go. That's how it should be.
It's beautifully balanced.
Mm-hmm. Still got that low center of gravity. The brake and the steering feel really quite good.
That's awesome.
I bet you if we were still on our 19-inch tires, a little less sidewall, a little more lateral grip, that'd be even better, but these are doing fine.
50 PSI
Yeah.
in the rear only.
They get a little bit more oversteer.
Good line through there. I feel like I'm in a very fast couch. You can just balance it beautifully right on the edge of lock.
Yeah.
That's amazing. How did the brakes feel? Any fade?
Not yet. No, I mean still very firm. Oh, we forgot to pick up Chris Brower.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like, guys, what about me? As soon as you press the brake pedal, it kills the power.
Okay.
So you can't trail brake.
Power removed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Neat. I'm gonna do a little bit of cooling down. Point this SC by. I will say the one thing nice about Regen was it was easy to cool your brakes on cool down lap because you could just release.
Yeah. This is more efficient though.
Yeah, yeah. And from an energy standpoint, what's our energy graph look like? Yeah, makes sense. Full orange. Cool, you want a quick spin?
I do, yeah. I really want to see what it feels like.
Okay.
Without power steering and without ABS.
We've essentially taken the most modern car here and turned it into the least modern car here. Aside from maybe that RX-7.
Yeah.
For the slowest Tesla, you can still have fun. And I will say, when you go out here, you'll have probably about 47% battery, and that's probably an extra second slower 0 to 60. So you'll notice it just doesn't pull quite as strong as you might be used to, but it's still, as you saw, still got us up over 100 on the backstretch. So
yeah, no, it was pulling very well. 107.
Yeah. Also, I don't smell brake the way I did the last few sessions.
Yeah. Well, they're not activating every second of turning. That's great.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
We'll let Chris take some laps. Probably go out with him, but probably not film, and then we'll get this thing, make sure we're at 30% here with the charger, and wrap up later on. But pulling the wheel speed sensor is definitely the way to go. That handled much better, and obviously you need to know what you're doing. You need to be okay with driving a car without ABS and clearly no stability control, traction control, anything like that. But the car didn't turn into a mad machine without any of that. I mean, it wasn't like uncontrollable. Now, if we were in a long range or a performance car, you'd certainly be dealing with a lot more power, so be a little bit more careful, but not bad.
Not bad at all.
Sweet.
Wow.